I made this shirt 6 years ago. It was standardized testing season at Leavenworth High School, and I was filled with righteous indignation. Got standardized testing equals standardized students printed across my chest, and I'm ready to make a difference, and full of anger and whatever. And I was really excited when my U.S. history teacher, Mr. Fulkerson, expressed agreement with my statement. I was like, yeah, I get it. But when he asked immediately afterwards what I was going to do about the situation, I was a little less enthusiastic. I sat there awkwardly and then replied honestly, I don't know. 6 years later, and I think I've got a few ideas.
Yes!
In the classroom where the teacher drones on covering the stale subject matter in an inaccessible or irrelevant way, pay attention to the kid exploring an entirely more interesting world of words in the book stealthily smuggled underneath the desk. In the rejection letter of yet another institution, witness the frustration and revelation of a girl with crushed dreams, chronicling the experience through an illustrated zine. She's ready to give up when she realizes you don't have to give up thinking the moment you step outside the ivory tower, that there are no hours of operation for critical thought, that all is not lost when we find ourselves on unexpected paths. In the awkward silence following a teacher's simple question, answered only by the blank stares of students too afraid to speak, meet the boy who finds his voice through hip-hop and poetry, lyrical liberation, salvation, a success story not measured with A, B, C, or D, but rather with every continued heartbeat, and the doomed accusations of children left behind. Find the teacher who transforms education from mindless, repetitive standardization to new and wonderful exploration, who inspires and introduces both processes and content, not content to just let students pass another class, pass another test, but who pushes them beyond to test themselves and their limits till they long for more than the present experience, who creates an intellectual home where any thinker is welcome. I always felt welcome in your class, Mr. Fulkerson. When you asked me what I was going to do about the problems of standardization, I didn't know what to say, but, maybe instead of speaking, all I needed to do was look around me, see the many ways in which we thrive outside the walls that we've constructed, working through cracks and fissures. Our creativity and passion need not be obstructed, which is not to say that obstructions don't exist. Yes, education emerges from lived social locations, and yes, access to opportunities fail but abide by notions of equality or desert, and yes, instructional paradigms that require universalization are overwhelmingly to the benefit of privileged majority, detrimental to the discounted minority. Maybe it's time to question our authority to enact such discrimination. I'm not calling for an unquestioned celebration of the educational system, but to speak of just one system erases the many that exist: public, private, homeschooled, and self-led, university, college, vocational tech, and books, videos, games, podcasts, and blogs. There are a number of ways to log intellectual development. Learning is not one size fits all, and as much as we like to idealize a single form of education as the key to economic and successful liberation, I think deep down we know better. We know there are differences between different kids, and the different skills and different dreams require differences in the educational environment. It's not so big a requirement to respect those differences, stop subjecting those differences to rigorous hierarchy, judging and shaping who each person ought to be instead of just letting them be. Let's let that go. Let's go towards a world where we can meet citizen sisters and scholar brothers in the public paradigm. Let's construct libraries among sofas, turn homes into hand-built schools. Let's speak a community into existence as we teach vocations with our hands. Let's watch the pages of books flutter like bird wings, scrawl with incantations of knowledge. Let's play games, exercises, patterns, and principles and metaphors. Let's stream podcasts created for us, by us, with tools stolen from the hands of God. Let's blogs, words written daily by people like you, like me, that have no other choice but to share what they know with someone, anyone, everyone. To complain of overdetermination gives power to assist the walls that did not exist before we believed in them. Why should we submit to an explanation that denies agency? Look around and see the ways to make things work, to subvert imposed expectations. Mr. Fulkerson, when you asked me what I was going to do about the problems of standardization, I didn't know what to say. Now, I've got a few ideas. Hope you like them.